Namaste, yogis. This practice is for lengthening the muscles and just concentrating efforts on finding that expansion through the body and in turn extension. You'll want to grab a strap and a couple blocks or a couple big thick books if you have them handy, and of course, just a comfortable place to practice. When you're ready, we'll get started. So you're going to come into hero's pose. So you're on the shins and you'll actually do the block between the ankles. You might want to do that second side up so it's kind of the medium height. And then just allow the sits bones to land, tops of the shins bones press down. Feet are pressed down into the toenails, and then you just have a really nice starting point for the body. So folding of the legs, but not so much that you're finding pressure into the joints in any way. If you find you have the flexibility into the quads, they're not super tight here, you could go a level down. But I would say if you're someone who can sit on the floor, let's not sit on the floor starting out. Let's sit up on the prop so you can use a block or a nice thick book. Go ahead and just feel all 10 toenails pressing down. Feel a little tip of the tailbone towards the knees. So it's like you're leveling out that pelvic floor. Think of it like a nice little bowl of water, and you're not tipping it forward and spilling out or tipping back, but you just have a nice levelness to how that bowl lands. And actually, guys, bowl, pelvic floor. So you just think of kind of that tip forward and tip back. I rarely use props to demo, but it just happened to be here, and I love a good singing bowl. So just imagine just that beautiful levelness of your pelvic bowl, and then allow the connection to just root you down. You can give a few rolls to the shoulders. So starting out here, you're just lengthening the quad muscles, feeling into your natural extension. Sits bones rooting down, nice and tall through the spine. Roll the shoulders and just allow the shoulders to splay wide and then down the back. So you feel that surrender to gravity. Breathe as you inhale, expand to the lower belly, expand the rib cage. Just expand that inhale all the way up to the crown of the head. And then you extend long through the spine at the top of the in breath. The out breath, you feel a softening downwards. The last thing, you feel the navel pulling back towards the interior of the spine, that little subtle kind of suction cup of the belly. Close the eyes if they're not already closed. Relax the jaw. And then let's just focus about 10 breaths here. Just a nice steady flow of oxygen in and out. Every inhale, opportunity to lengthen. Lengthen the torso, lengthen the spine, lengthen the breath. Exhale to soften, to release. You feel yourself kind of grounding down towards the earth's core. Inhale, expand, extend, invigorate. Exhale, release, surrender, detach. It's like you're detaching what no longer serves you and just kind of let it sink down towards the earth's core. Let there be an ease to your breath, so you're not forcing anything. You're just allowing for your natural extension. If you like to set an intention for your practice, feel free to set an intention for yourself, something bigger than you are right now in this moment. If there's something you've been kind of focused in on or determined to welcome into your practice or to your mind, set that as your intention. Sometimes letting go is a great intention. Surrender. Okay, just go ahead and sweep the arms out. Extend to the fingertips. Give a little wiggle of the fingers as you take those arms all the way up. Turn the palms, and then once again, just you're extending without kind of hunching the shoulders or squeezing. You feel the arms just creating space in the shoulder joints as you reach the fingers out. And then once again, inhale as you reach all the way up. And then this time, grab for the left wrist and just take a nice gentle stretch over towards the right side. And feel that extending all the way up from that left outer hip. Inhale to center. And then exhale, grab for the right wrist, take the stretch out and over towards the left. And breathe into the right rib cage, that right lung. You feel that expansion from the outer right hip through that right pinky. Drop the shoulders so you just feel a nice natural stretch. You're not overexerting. And back to center. Go ahead and interlace the fingers. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. Keep rooting the sits bone and then lift the heart. You might feel the rib cage press forward, so you can draw the rib cage back slightly and extend your reach up and back, maybe to where the ceiling meets the back wall. Big inhale and scooch the tailbone under as you exhale, so you feel that bend come from the thoracic band, so where the ribs meet the spine. And then exhale back to neutral, reach the arms forward. Go ahead and release. Give a little shake out. You're going to bring the fingertips down into your mat, pointing towards the knees. Palms will push away. And so you might rest the hands flat on the mat, or they might stay elevated. For me, they stay elevated, but you can connect the fingertips so you get that stretch through the forearms. Maybe you circle the thumbs, give them a little wiggle here. Maybe the thumbs press and you get a little bit more of the palms of the hands onto the mat. And keep working the breath through the body. And close the eyes anytime that you like. Focus that gaze inwards. Good. Inhale, come back up, give a little shake out, level out your pelvic bowl, and then reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers, one finger over, press the palms. Feels a little wonky, but drop the shoulders. Scooch the sits bones and the tailbone forward, so keep the level of the pelvis, and then lift to the heart. Take that extension up and back. So you're finding the range of motion from your thoracic band of the spine. Not dumping anything in that lumbar spine, so keep extending. One more breath. And then exhale, take it forward, give a little shake out. Good, and then go ahead and come up onto the knees, come into a tabletop. You can shift your block to the side. Palms of the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just give a nice little shift from side to side. Go ahead and extend that right leg back. Curl the right toe under and just press that right heel. So you get into the calf, get into the Achilles tendon. Let's breathe a nice stretch through the back of that right leg. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Go ahead and lift that right leg up. Send that left arm forward. So now you got the extension from the left fingertips all the way through the right heel. And then if you want, you can reach the toe and then draw the toes back towards the body. So you're reaching the ball of that right foot. If that puts too much into the calf, you can always just flex that right foot. Good. One more breath. See if you can lift everything up from the inseam. And then go ahead and reach back with the left hand, grab for the right foot, and just take a nice little stretch up, toes towards the ceiling. Stretch into that right hip flexor. And draw the shoulders out of the ears. Pull the hand around the foot, push the foot into the hand. Okay, go ahead and release. Extend everything back the way you started. And bring that left hand down, and then take a look over that left shoulder. Send that right foot to the outer edge of the left side of your mat. Curl the toe under. Press the heel away. Send the gaze towards the foot so you feel the stretch into that right rib cage, right outer hip. And then go ahead and tuck the right knee behind the left knee. You can walk back towards center. You're going to open the feet towards the outer edges of the mat. Press the hips back. So double shoelace here, and that just gets you into your outer hips. If you like to sit it all the way back and let the torso come perpendicular to the floor, you can do that, or you can just keep the press back here. Hug the inseams of the legs together, but release the glutes. Good, go ahead and come back to center, unwind, send the right leg, give it a little shake out, and then tabletop once again, palms of the hands, and then just a sway of the hips from side to side and back. Good, left leg's gonna extend back, flex the foot for a moment here, and then maybe point the toe. Right arm's gonna extend alongside that right ear. And then if you want to draw the left toes towards the body and kind of press through the ball of the foot, you just get a nice extension. Breath in. Breath out. Navel lifts. You feel grounded. And this is all about the reach, right? So you're reaching the right fingertips long without pulling the right shoulder into the ear. You find that natural extension through the bones, through the muscles, ease in the joints. And then let's go ahead and reach around, grab for the outer left foot with the right hand, and then let the foot press into the hand pull the foot, and you take that dance all the way up, toes towards the ceiling. Feel an opening in that left hip flexor. Nice opening to the heart space. Gaze wherever it's comfortable for your neck. And go ahead and release, nice and easy. Extend back, reach it out. Right hand down. Left foot's going to cross over towards the right side of the mat. And then you extend your gaze and then let the ball of the foot press into the floor and reach the heel. Keep the hips square with the shoulders. And then you extend the gaze so you feel the shoulders draw back so you can breathe into that left lung. Outer hips hug in together. Good, go ahead and tuck that left knee behind the right knee. You can ease yourself over towards so the knees are in the center of the mat, the feet open towards the outer edges. And then you sit back. Any degree that feels good for your body. And then if you're coming into a seat, you can come into a seat here if you did it on the other side. And sometimes I like to just move around in it. So you might shift out and shift back in. Little hip side to side. Relax the glutes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Again, go ahead and come back to neutral. Unwind it out. Knees together, toes together, reach the arms forward, come into child's pose. Walk the hands forward as far as they'll go so you feel like the arm bones are coming out of the shoulder sockets. And then suction cup the palms of the hands down into the mat. Keep the forearms lifted, relax the forehead. Couple big deep breaths here. Breath in. And exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, lay it on your mat. Let go of whatever you need to let go of. And then when you're ready, we'll take it up into down dog. Give it a nice paddle out. And just adjust your feet so you're just about hip width, maybe just slightly wider. Right hand's going to stay where it is. Left hand's going to reach for the outer right, either right thigh, right calf, or right ankle for a nice stretch here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep squaring off the hips. One more breath here. Stay for the exhale. And then go ahead and release the left hand down. Ripple forward, high plank, high push-up. You can add a chaturanga if you like. Up dog. And then down dog. Feet hip width, maybe slightly wider. Left hand's going to stay where it is. Right hand's going to reach for the thigh, for the calf, for the ankle, whatever you get a hold of. Look out underneath that left shoulder. Get a nice little rinsing of the spine, lengthening of the body. Stay for one more breath. Exhale completely. Right hand down, palms press, ripple forward. Chaturanga, maybe with the knees down if you need to modify. Hold on your up dog, palms press down, thighs lift up. Soft bend to the elbows as you press the palms of the hands down. Go ahead and take a glance back towards the right foot. Look up, over, look towards the left foot. Look up, over towards the right, up, over towards the left, up, over towards the right. Last one, up, over, look back, chin to chest, shake it out. Press the palms, lift the hips, send it back, down dog. Walk it out. Big toes together to touch. Right leg lifts, big inhale. Maybe you open the hips here if that feels nice. Drop the left heel. Reach through that right toe as though you're drawing a little spot on the ceiling. Full stretch, full expansion. And then exhale, go ahead and step that right foot through between the palms of the hands. Drop the back knee down, uncurl the toes, sweep the arms up. You can feel that pelvic bowl kind of tipping. So the tailbone draws forward, level everything out, and then lift the heart, reach back. Wiggle through the fingertips as you extend. And then exhale, frame the front foot, curl the back toe under. Left hand down, right arm up. Big breath here. And then sweep the right arm forward. So opposite direction of that left heel. And then track that right hand back. So it's like you're making a C curve with the body. Breathe into that right lung. Keep the hips low. As much energy in the back leg as the front leg. Good, and then we'll bring it back to center, frame the front foot, hop the back foot forward. And this is where if you have a couple blocks or books, grab for those blocks, grab for the books. Both heels pressing down, left toes just slightly forward, right toes forward. Second toe next to the big toe in line with the eye of the knee. Inhale, lengthens you out, nice and long. Find your lines and breathe into them. Exhale, fold it out and over. So this is where you can explore. Maybe you take the blocks, the distance split between your feet, and then you place the palms of the hands down or hold on. Sits bones track back, inner thighs hug in together. See if you can feel that right quad, so right above your right knee, just wrapping around the bone and lifting towards that right hip. Shake out the head and the neck, nice and long. One more breath. Good, and then go ahead and slide the blocks forward. Left foot's going to slide behind the right foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And then inhale. Let's roll it all the way up to stand. Reach tall, reach long. Right hand to the left wrist. Take the stretch up and over towards the right side. Keep rooting the feet down as you extend through that left side body. Good, and then let the arms track forward and down. Give a shake out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Good, and then you'll step that right foot way, way back. Come into a nice low lunge here. Good, drop the right knee down. Walk the hands to the inside of the left foot and then over just halfway. Both hips track forward, hip points shine forward. Shoulders drop back, and then use a nice little partial C curve to the right side. Then walk it back to center. Heel toe that left foot out towards the left side of the mat. Right hand's going to stay down. Left hand will press to the inseam of that left leg for a variation of lizard. And then you can kind of track the hips back and then forward for a little movement meditation here. It's like you're lubricating the joints and just extending through the inseam of that left leg and opening the left hip. And then one more breath here. Breath out. Good. And then we'll go ahead and just cut that right foot across the mat. So right knee towards the center, foot in line with the knee. And then we'll spin the outer edge of that left foot parallel to the outer edge of your mat. Inhale to gate pose. Exhale, hands contract down the heart, or left hand out over that left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Good. And then let's step that left foot all the way up and back. Big breath, three-legged dog. And extend here. Left toes reach up towards the ceiling. Right heel presses down. Breathe into your lines. And then exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Sink the hips, sweep the arms. Modified crescent. You can come out of the seat a little bit, tip the tailbone forward, feel that lift of the heart, and then dilate back for that idea of a back bend. And then exhale, frame the front foot, curl the right toe under, right hand down, left arm up, twist. And draw out of that right shoulder, so right shoulder tracks back, you find space. And then go ahead and take that left arm forward, palm down, and then sweep the arm back towards the right side of your mat. Keep hugging the outer hips together and keep the energy consistent through the left and the right leg. One more breath, full reach. And then exhale, sweep it around. Fingers on either side of that left foot, hop the back foot forward, and this is where you might want to add your blocks for pyramid. Right toes point slightly forward and out, left toes straight ahead. Full imprint of the soles of the feet onto the mat here, hug the outer hips. Take an in-breath to lengthen, and then exhale to fold. And I love the feel of the outer hips pressing in together and then the hips drawing back. So you feel those sits bones as though there are two headlights shining towards the back of the room. And then you can play around with your blocks. And then you just find lines and notice where you can surrender and let go. Shake yes and shake no if the head might feel nice. And maybe track the hips slightly forward as you're hugging. Breathe into those sensations. Good, you can slide the box forward. Left foot behind the right foot. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Zip up that kind of crisscross zipper. Inhale to lengthen you. Exhale, fold you in. Inhale, go ahead and roll it all the way up to standing, big reach. Grab for the right wrist, take the stretch up and over towards the left. Keep shining the hips nice and square forward. Shoulders in line with the hips. And then you can maybe extend a little bit farther over. Good, come back to center, big breath. Exhale, fold it forward. Forehead towards the shins, and then inhale, lengthens you out. Go ahead and uncross that left foot, send that left foot back. Right foot forward. Go ahead and lower that left knee down, uncurl the toe. Hands move to the inside, and you're just going to walk the hands over towards that left side of the mat, keeping the left hip bone forward. Send the gaze to that back foot. Shoulders out of the ears. Just soften here. Walk it back towards center. And we'll heel toe the right foot over towards the right side of the mat. Palms can press down. You can keep the left hand down, maybe press the right hand to the inseam of that right leg. Nice little external opening for the hip. I also like to find a movement here, so might shift the hips back. And then exhale, take it forward. And you can kind of keep the roll of that outer edge of that foot rooted down, the inseam and the inner arch lifted. One more breath here. Breath out. And then we'll cut that left foot on the mat, left leg. Go ahead and extend the right leg, outer edge of the foot pressing down. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, right hand just slides down that right leg, but without any pressure. It's just lightly touching as that left arm reaches up and over. Nice deep breath and gate pose here. And then exhale, let's go ahead and take it forward. Press the palms, right leg high, big breath. Go ahead and drop right leg down, left foot down. You can go just the width of the hips or wider if you like. Both palms pressing down, paddle it out. And then right hand will stay where it is. Left hand, maybe you notice a little bit more space you can reach into. A few rounds of breath here. Keep drawing the hips square, sits bones reaching back. Look out underneath that right arm. It's a nice stretch, rinsing out for the body. Exhale, release. Left hand down, right arm, reach it, draw it in. Notice the space that you've created in your body. Nice rinsing out of those inner organs. The spine. Right hand down, left hand down, ripple forward, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And big toes together to touch, give it a nice stretch out. Let's go ahead and fly that right leg high. Big breath in, just a nice, beautiful stretch for the entirety of the legs. And imagine that right leg just reaching, right toes as far as away from the mat as you can, as far away from that left heel as you can. And then let's go ahead and take that right toe like it's reaching forward. And then we'll slide forward, come down on the hips. So outer edge of that right foot's gonna press down. If you need to bend the knee here for a version of frog pose, you can do that. If you're good with the extension, you're gonna wiggle the toes forward, outer edge of the foot presses down. And then you can keep the palms pressing here or come onto the forearms. A few rounds of breath. Relax the shoulders back. Just take a moment of pause here. You feel the inseam of that right leg just sinking towards the earth. So you can even give it a little press at that right outer hip. Just give it a little coaxing down. One more breath. And then you can press the palms. Slowly shift forward, curl the left toe under. And same way you got into it, you'll come out of it. And then this time, right knee, right wrist, cross it for pigeon. So you're moving from a place of outer hip into the, or from the inner hip to the outer hip. So just getting 360 degrees around. Big inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, take a nice fold forward. And curl the back toe under, just adjust however you need to adjust that seat. You can come all the way down onto your mat if you like. Just a few rounds of breath here. And softening in your space, softening in the shape. And as much as we feel so beautiful to stretch and lengthen the body, and also feels good to compress. Like you feel kind of that pull of the connective tissue at the joints. Just giving a nice little tug of pressure. It's awakening from the inside of you. We're going to come up. You're going to sweep that left leg around. So left leg to the inside. And I'm just going to turn to face you, but if you have the space, you can kind of stay facing forward on your mat. So right legs to the inside. Take the arms, reach out, big breath. Turn the torso towards the left leg and just take a nice extension of the body out and over. You can also, flex that foot, reach the heel away, kind of feel the toes pulling. If you have the space to move into and you have a block Maybe you want to hug the block around the foot and just drape the body out and over that left leg. And I do understand that's not for everybody's body, but if that works for you, that feels really good. That's just a nice sensation. Also, just drawing you deeper, but actually kind of hugging your body inwards, which is really nice. You kind of keep the stretch contained. And you just want to feel a nice breath in to the belly, to the ribs, all the way through the crown of the head, and then that nice exhalation out. If you'd like to relax the foot, you can also relax the foot and just melt into it. Try to keep the right sits bone down and the torso squared out over that left leg. And you get that nice stretch through the lower right side. And check out the head and the neck here. Any sensitivity in the lower back, you can also bend that left knee and just extend out this way, and you feel still that same stretch into your hamstring. Good. You can come upright. Right hand's going to come down. Root that left heel. Reach the arms up. Big breath in. Heart opens. And then exhale. We'll sweep the left leg back around. Right leg flies high. Like nothing ever happened, right? Good. And then go ahead and lower it down. Left leg lifts, big inhale. Same thing, just reach the left toe as far away from the right heel as you can. Instead of rushing out of it, you're going to linger in it for a few moments. And then you're going to track that left foot towards the left side. Hover, hover, and then come all the way down. So left side here, I'm going to shift off my mat. So I'm right on that wall space. And then outer edge of that left foot's going to press down. And you feel the inseam of that left leg just sinking towards the floor, and let the gravity do the work here. And then you can go ahead and lower down. You can also take the half frog variation, so if you need to bend the knee here. So the idea is to keep as much weight on that left side as the right, so you're not lifting that left hip, but left hip stays down. Square the shoulders, square the hips, and you might kind of wiggle the foot. You might notice you get a little bit more space. And then you come to the inner arch of that left foot and just linger, just breathe. If this is super comfortable for you, you probably sleep like this. you might feel very familiar in this positioning. We'll slowly come up. The palms press. I'm just going to even back into my mat a little bit. So you want to elevate that left leg, fly it up and back. Big breath here. One more nice, beautiful stretch. And then left knee to the back of the left wrist for pigeon. Go ahead and walk it up, find any adjustments. So going from the inseam of the leg to the outer hip, big breath. Exhale, go ahead and lower down any degree that you like. And curl the back toe under, just adjust, find your sweet spot. And then let those sensations feel like a treat. Let them feel like an awakening for your internal body. And that awakening is just a connection for yourself. If you set an intention the earlier start of practice, just reconnect to that intention now. Maybe it's a new intention that serves you better in this moment. Maybe it's the same intention. Just recognizing that the person that started this practice isn't the same person that you're in right now. You're not the same thoughts that you were however many minutes ago. You're a completely different person, a different perspective, and it's constantly evolving. Just embrace that evolution of self. Good, and then we'll go ahead and sweep the right leg around. So I'll do it facing you guys. So left foot in, right foot out. Root the sits bones down, level out your pelvic bowl. Inhale, big breath. Rotate the torso towards that right leg, and let's just extend out and over. And you might find one side's a little tighter than the other side. If you did the block bit of fun, maybe you want to do that here as well. Just explore. Every side's different. If this side's kind of tight, maybe the knee lifts up and you just keep that elevated, that lift heel roots down, and then torso out and over. Soften in wherever you're softening. Connect in wherever you're connecting. Go ahead and inhale, bring yourself up. And we're going to extend both legs so you can turn long on your mat. I'm going to move that around. So you want to press at the hips, draw the hips forward. So you're moving into space instead of trying to finagle space to you. I like to start out with the heels reaching, the toes drawing back. So you're really anchored in the heels, anchored in the sits bones. Press through so you feel that solid connection of your body to the earth, to your mat. Take the arms, extend out, big breath. Keep the flex of the feet, reach forward. So you're going to find that awakening in the inseams of the legs. When you start to feel that stirring of sensation, bring the hands down. Keep reaching through the heels. Maybe you're here, you're still pretty upright. That is perfect. That is perfect for your practice if that's what you need, if that's what your body's telling you. If you can take it forward, keep extension through the spine. So what we don't want to do is round the back body and then you pull into the lumbar spine, the tissue of the lower back. You want to keep nice and tall and then feel the tilt forward. And then let's go ahead and relax the feet. So that draws you out of kind of the muscles and more into the connective tissue. Every exhale, so imagine the balloon of the belly. So you're inflating the lungs, you're expanding. If you're holding on to breath, it's going to be really hard to kind of fold over because you're obviously folding with things still inflated. So exhale completely and then fold. If you have a block, maybe the block underneath the forehead. But find yourself somewhere where you can just relax and lengthen. Breathe into those lines through your body. So through the limbs, through the energy channels. You can also go high side on your block too. Sometimes I like to have that pressure into the third eye because I feel like it just kind of centers and harmonizes the thoughts and the energy of my body. Breathe here. Beautiful breaths in and out of the belly. So like any forward fold, this is so great for digestion, massaging those inner organs. Keep relaxing the muscles. You might notice you tense things without even noticing you tense them. And then you bring your awareness back and you're like, oh yeah, let me relax this. Let me relax that. Inhale, come up. I will say I love this pose. Love it, love it, love it. If you watch TV at night, if you're hanging out with friends, sit in this position. It's so nice just to kind of awaken the body. So another movement meditation in this. Go ahead and take the arms up. Big breath in. And then we'll exhale, sweep it out and over the left. Full breath out. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Feel rooted down so you can just windmill the hands from back and forth, one side of the body to the other. Full exhale, full inhale. moving with the breath. And then we'll switch it up. So inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Nice long reach through the body. And then one more. One breath out. Good. Inhale back to neutral, both arms up, both sits bones, both heels rooting down. Exhale, hands release. You're going to press the hands to the outer hips. Draw forward a little bit more. Flex the feet, just arrive. And you might notice a little bit of space you've moved into. You might notice a lot of space you've moved into. Go ahead and relax the feet once again. And you're welcome just to hang out here. You can bring hands on a block and relax. If you need a little bend to the knees, you can do that as well. You can also take that fold forward. So getting a little bit deeper into the lengthening of the body, the spaciousness. And don't be afraid to explore new terrain in yourself, in your body, in your mind. Soften the jaw. Release the expression. Just feel a nice ease. So when you're folded in on yourself, you can actually just spend time with yourself. You don't need to put on the various faces that you have for the world. You can just surrender yourself here, the most authentic version of yourself, the purest, simplest expression of you. Allow yourself to melt in even deeper. Melt even deeper. Deeper, deeper so that you can kind of taste the connection, that sweetness of simplicity and depth and richness. Let go of any tension in the head and the neck, any resistance that shows up as you are deeply connecting to your soul and yourself. Swim in the silence. Inhale as you come up. Nice and gentle. Grab behind the knees. Give a little lean back. Ooh, yes. Draw the legs in together. You can swivel around. Let the legs extend long on your mat and just give a little shake out. Sometimes the beauty isn't just in the pose, it's in that release from the pose. And I think that's such a magical moment of transition. Good. You can bend the knees and then just windshield wiper. Good. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees just flutter open for a moment. And then if you want to come in, if you have lotus in your practice or half lotus, kind of come into that. You can also incorporate the props here, just a breath or two, just kind of stretching those muscles. And then we'll unwind. It's not my favorite, but I thought, why not? Let's do it. And then go ahead and just shake that out. And then let's go ahead and just turn onto our mats. Hug the knees into the chest here. Just give a nice little shake out. And you're welcome to do Shavasana with the legs up the wall. You You can do traditional Shavasana, or if you want to come into a seated meditation at the end of those movements, whatever's channeling you, feel free to move there and give yourself permission just to take up the space that you need. Arriving in ease. Take a breath in. Exhale to let go. Last little remnants of anything that you need to get rid of, recycle out. With sound even. One more breath. Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here longer. If you're ready to move on, you can deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Slowly just bring the knees into the chest. Give a nice little hug. And with ease, you can transition to one side or rock and roll into a comfortable seat. And bringing the palms together to your heart space, bowing the chin to the chest. And taking a moment here of gratitude for yourself in this moment, for the ease in your muscles and your bones and your joints. And gratitude for your physical self. And thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. I hope it serves you very well. Namaste.